I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome my love. This is home, feel at home. And if you are a returning gold digger, welcome back. If you are a returning GG, a gold girl, thank you so much for coming back. And today I wanted us to do sort of like a conversation. So obviously, as you can see by the title of this one, it says a late start. So this basically means that you start. Obviously, you didn't start when everyone else started, but you started during your time. So basically, for this video, I just want to sort of do my ins and outs for 2023, 2024, but then with a bit of a twist. So this is sort of like motivation also for someone else who hasn't written down their goals for 2024. Like, I know it sounds cliche to have your goals written down and stuff like that, but it's very important to have a structure to sort of like plan how you want your year to go, because if you don't have it written down, it's not like it's going to go the way that you want it to go, because obviously it's always about how God wants our life to go. But then writing it down, having a structure, almost puts you in a certain perspective, or where you know what to wake up and do per day. Like, you know what you are striving towards, even if maybe it's not in line with what God wants you to do for your life. So I'll start with my outs for 2023. But obviously this video is coming out in February, and I've shot it in February simply because I've been always procrastinating and say, okay, I'll only do like a vision board and other things when I'm like at my permanent space at my apartment, where like I know I'll be here for a long time and stuff like that. But then I realized that time is not waiting for me. Like, even now I'm still not at my permanent location. I'm still in the clouds. I'm still floating in the clouds. But then that doesn't mean like time is waiting for me. Like, already now we are in February. 31 days of January are gone. And if I continue saying, no, I'll wait until I have my space, how long do you think I'm going to wait? Like, I feel like it's easy to always find an excuse. And I have been doing that. I was like, okay, I'll just do it when I'm doing it today. Like, already now I'm planning out my life. So yeah, please, I hope you enjoy. Please stay, and please grab a pen and a paper to also write and just get a bit of inspiration as to how you can also structure your life, because there are some points I'll be making that I think are worth noting down. Okay, so I took and wrote on my notebook, and I'll be just checking it for reference so that I make sure I don't forget anything. So what are my plans? My plan is that currently I'm trying to read the book, the 12 week year. I'll put it up here so you guys can see. I'm trying to read that book because that book says that it's easy to sort of procrastinate when you have like your goals put into maybe December being your year end. But this book divides your year into 4 quarters. So it says that first quarter is from January to March. So March is your first end of year in 2024. So it means that you have goals that you have to set that should be complete by March 2024. This already puts you in the mode where your mind is always active, because you can even confess. In December, everyone is starting to be busy. Everyone is now checking, did I do this? Did I do that? It's busy because we know the year is almost up. Imagine if you bring that momentum into your year divided into 4 quarters. So it means that March will be your first end of year in 2024, and you have your goals that are set out. And then you go on to the second quarter, which is April, May, June. June is your second end of year quarter, right? So you have another goal, you have other goals that you've set that should be completed by June, and now you have a plan on how to work on them. And then you have your third quarter, which is from July, August to September. That's your third year, end of year in 2024. You have your year that should be ending in September, your goals that should be ending in September, and then you have your last, like, ultimate end of year, which is 2024 December. That's your quarter 4. This ensures that you make the best use of your time. Like right now, if you have seen from the previous videos that I've shared, where I tell you guys about opportunities that you can try and find out for yourselves. Right now, most of these opportunities require a lot of money. So that's where you get down to planning that, okay, on my 3rd quarter, which ends September 2024, I want to be maybe in Taiwan, I want to be maybe in the States, I want to be blah blah blah. So now you will use the 3 quarters to plan how you are going to raise the money. For example, caregiving requires you to have 80,000 rand. So now if you have 3 quarters, which is basically 8 months or 9 months, and you divide by that amount, it gives you a plan on how to make sure you attain your goal. Do you understand? I will share this book because I do have a PDF on my WhatsApp group. So if you are not on the WhatsApp group, please make sure to text me. My number is on the previous videos. Please make sure to text me, ask me to add you, and then you can also get this plan, because it's also easier to work as a community than working alone. Okay, all right, so let's start by my outs for 2023. What am I checking out? Like, what is my first out for 2023? Is settling, guys. And settling is so funny because you don't even see it when you do it. So my settling part is not maybe being in a relationship where I see it's not serving me. Settling means also settling for a type of job that you see is not meant for you. It's like, you know, when you're in a space where you have to compromise your values and compromise your true self, that's when you are settling. Maybe it could be where you are sitting with people and there's a conversation that is being like the conversation that you are having, and maybe it's not something you would want to be having, not a conversation you'd want to have, but because we end up, you know, I don't want to be the bad guy, so you're like, no, it's fine. Then you start talking about the things that are talking, especially when it's gossiping. Now you find yourself laughing when someone says something bad about someone else, because you don't want to be the only one who's not laughing in the group. Yet you know that is compromising your values, which are respect for other people. So I don't want to settle for anything, like literally anything. Even if it's a job that is not serving me, I don't want to do it, because I have a certain vision of how I want my life to be. And funny enough, it's not always going to be like, even with jobs, even with relationships, you're not going to get 100, but definitely not settle for a 20. If it's less than 50, don't do it. Like, don't do it if it's less than 50. Same as a job, you know, if you, because when you're looking for a job, you have those things that you've written down that you want your job to provide for you. For example, number 1, a good working environment, a good amount of money. And let's say your job is not providing any of that. Like, what's the reason? And I'm not saying go today and quit your job. All I'm saying is that start saving and make sure you are making a way to your exit plan. Start saving now. Put up a plan on your 4-quarter year that, okay, this job is not serving me and I cannot be here any longer because it's eating from me. It's taking away my peace. It's taking away my sanity. It's taking away my time. Guys, time is money. Time is money. Time is money, guys. Don't take this lightly. Like, I know when it's beginning of the year, we are all sure, I'm turning 20. Where's the year's gone? And then after a few days, then it's back to normal. You are fine with turning 26 years old, and you don't even have like an actual plan. Guys, my out for 2023 is definitely settling. If I see that this is not serving me, it could be a friendship, it could be a job, it could be a relationship. If it's not serving the vision or the things that I want for myself, I'm choosing myself. So I'll definitely have a conversation with myself and be like, do you see that this is not for you? And I'll be like, And then I'll ask myself, remember what you said? You said you are not settling this year. So what is the plan now? Exit, okay? Exit. And then number 2 out of my outs is looking down on myself. Guys, I used to do this a lot. Like, I would do this a lot. And looking down on yourself is not something you do consciously. It's one of those things where you don't think you deserve something because of the way you are. Do you understand? So I would say something like, I don't think I deserve maybe an X5 because I'm me. And me thinking that me is just a random young lady that is just, trying her. No, I am not looking down upon myself. And I think I did look down on myself a lot because I didn't sort of love myself the way I needed to love myself. So when you don't love yourself enough, when you don't appreciate this, like guys, I know this, I'm the only person who looks like this. Like for a majority of the time, people would say, "Hi, you look like your dad, you look like your dad." And I don't know, for some reason I did not like that. I felt like, guys, that's my mom. Why would you say I look like a man? Why aren't you choosing my mom? But they were saying the truth that they could see, that I look like my dad. And it's not a bad thing. But because I would say I did not love myself enough, I took that as a negative comment where they say I look like a man, I don't look good. And that made me question my worth. That made me look down upon myself. Even when I would receive something like an award or something like that, I would downplay it and be like, yeah, of course, I mean, I did get it. It's not a big, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal because I did not get it by favor. I worked and I deserve it. So definitely in 2024, I am not looking down on myself. Even in 2024, I want to work with brands. I want to advertise products. I want to advertise hair. There's so much I want to do. But if I look down on myself, or if I don't believe in myself, how will the next person that I want to work with believe in me? How will they pay me the value that I'm worth if I don't believe in myself and I look down on myself? So looking down on myself, I left that in 2023. And I hope you also make sure, if you carried it by mistake to 2024, we are starting a new year today. So when you are seeing this video today, you are starting your new year. Sit down as well, write your outs for 2024 and then write your ins for 2023 and write your ins for 2024. Okay? But nonetheless, looking down upon yourself, downplaying your merits, downplaying the things that you deserve, out in 2023. And the third one is people pleasing. Guys, this one is the hard one. Like, honestly, this is the hard one because for me, people pleasing is, I'm one person, I don't know how to explain it. So I'm one person who would run to make sure everyone else has their mask on before I put mine first. Like I'd be the last one to wear the mask because I'm always just on helping mode. Like if I see someone, I'm just ready to help. I'm ready to help. And that way, sometimes you end up, if you have the wrong crowd or the wrong people around you, they start taking advantage of that because they know you're always willing to help. You'll always be willing to, take the extra mile. Then they start taking advantage of you. And because you like the people like you are, you start people pleasing. You start doing things that you honestly shouldn't be doing. Like, I should put my mask first. They always say that you cannot pour on an empty cup, like you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if your own cup is empty, what will you be pouring from? So obviously we always work on ourselves as people. We try to get our cup full. But what do we then do? We start pouring from the content that is inside of our cup. Yet we should be pouring from what is overflowing. It's okay to pour from the inside, but don't pour everything, okay? There are instances where people should not get your overflow. They should get just the inside of you, right? But then don't give them everything, especially if it's people that don't really appreciate you or they don't give you the time of day, okay? Especially if it's also people that would not do the same for you. Make sure you have your eye clear to see, gauge people in your life. Always gauge people in your life and see if they would actually go the extra mile that you always go for them if the tables were turned, okay? So for 2024, I'm going to try my best to not people please. Like, I'll help where I can, and if I can't, I can't, okay? And if you feel like now that's me not loving you enough, I'm sorry. And if that's reason enough for you to exit my life, that's okay. You were not meant for me, because 2024, I'm doing my best that I can, and I'll still help the best way I can. Sorry guys, I cut because there was noise in the background, so please forgive me. And the last one definitely is complaining. Guys, I don't want to complain in 2024. At least I don't want to be complaining 900% of the time. I don't want to be complaining, because when you complain, you are opening up a portal for more negative things to happen. But if you are grateful for the small things that you have, guys, if you are grateful for the smallest of things, God says that this person is worth giving more because they appreciate the smallest of things. So I'm not going to be complaining. I'm not going to be complaining. I'll be looking at my situation and thinking, how best can I change the situation I am in, instead of complaining. Okay? That is out in 2023, and now let's get down to 2024. Okay? 2024, number one is to continue in my purpose. And this speaks mostly about my YouTube channel. So when I started this channel, I started because I wanted to help someone who is in a situation where they've maybe finished university and they're looking for employment somewhere where there's they want employment, or they want to better themselves, and they've always tried but they've never found someone they can relate to, right? And this is also for people that have never even been to school, that maybe went to school and went as far as Form 5 and didn't have the opportunity to get to university. That's why with the opportunities that I share, I try to find inclusive opportunities so that everyone can have something, and everyone can have something to hold on to. The reason I have my channel is to basically bring hope to someone who feels hopeless. And definitely, because we are starting 2024 today, bring hope into 2024 with you. I remember there's someone who asked, as I was sharing these opportunities, I did share it in another group on Facebook, and one lady was like, are you trying to scam us? Are you trying to kidnap us? This lady wants us to move, and then they kidnap us, and then they sell our body parts in the United States. There's no way anyone can tell you information that can improve your life for free. And I really understood what she meant, because the life that we live in, the world that we live in now, things have become so cruel. There are people that are scamming people out there. Yeah, I agree. And there also are people that have opportunities that could help other people, but they don't share them. So when someone comes in and they share information for free, it doesn't sound right. I mean, why would you share information? And my answer to why I share information is based in Proverbs 3 verse 27. I'll read it in Siswati. It says that yenda lokuhle kulabo labakugcinile nangabe unawo emandla ekukwenda. Simple as that. God did not say please. He said yenda lokuhle kulabakugcinile nangabe unawo emandla ekukwenda. Guys, doing good doesn't mean going out of your way. Like, doing good sometimes means smiling for someone that you see is sad, or giving someone an ear when they want to say something. Let me ask you, there's actually two people that God works with. There's two people that God works with. God works with people that, let me tell you, God will never come down to you and say, hi, so you want money, here's money. God will send someone to come help you in your situation. So there are two people that He works with. He knows there are people that are givers, and I always classify myself into that category. And giving is not always about giving money. It's not always giving money. So how does this thing work? Do you see where you see people that are rich and they always have money, and you feel like they always get blessed more? It's because some of them understand the art of giving. Guys, there's power in giving. Because when you give another person, you are actually opening up space on your own vessel. And God says that, okay, now Gaisa's vessel is almost up because she's been filling up and she's been giving so much. I need to fill up her vessel because she is doing my work. I can't descend from heaven and come here and tell the people that, okay, here are opportunities in the States, here are opportunities in Taiwan, here are opportunities where. But you will find someone that will come and tell you for free, because it is a command from here that yenda lokuhle yena lokuhle kulabanye nawunako. Okay, it is a command. It's not where God said, I'm sorry, can you please do good unto others if you can? No. He said, do it. It's a command. He's telling you to do it. Do good for others, especially if you have. Let me make an example for you. So there's a type of person that would have maybe 200 tamalangeni, and maybe they're going to KFC just to buy lunch. They have 200 as a budget, that okay, I'm hungry, let me just go get something, I'll just buy something maybe under 200 rands. And then on your way to KFC, you see someone, maybe a child, they are on the street. Either they are selling maize or they are just there asking. I don't always condone where they ask, but there are children that you see, especially the ones that are selling maize or selling anything on the street. You can see that person is trying. And in your heart, especially the ones that are asking, like there are those that are asking, you can see that this person really, really needs. Or you are just walking, you see maybe they need a pair of shoes, and you can actually afford to buy them a pair of school shoes, because the ones that they are walking on, they are walking on ground, but you can afford to. And then consciously, because God is always there, He's like, consciously, it hits you. It hits you. And then you're like, ish, you know what, good. But then because you just decide that, no, I will not give them. I will not give. Like, I'm also hungry. I'm hungry. I've worked hard for my money. I'm hungry. And then you go out and you spend 200 again. It's not bad. Get me straight. It's not bad. But then there are people that would be in the same situation you are in, who are going to buy the same food that you were buying, and then they see this person, and then God touches them. Their conscience calls them, and what do? They decide to act on the situation. They decide to give. Those are the people God will always trust with His gold. Let me put it like that. Those are the people God will always go to, because He knows that if He gives you something, and then when you are on your way to do something with that something He's given you, and He brings one of His people that need the item that you have, you will give them. He will give you more. God will never give you 10 million or 1 million if He knows that you can't even you can't even buy maize for 10 rand from the kids that sell maize on the street in the evenings when they should be studying, but they're selling maize because they use that money to go to school. But you pass them, you go buy the same maize inside a retail shop, and then you expect to pray and ask for more, and you expect to receive more. Why would you then receive more? Because you are not using the one that you've already received to help other people. Our mandate in this world, in this borrowed time that we live in, is to help one another. God called us to help one another, and He trusts us to help other people. He is not going to come here and do the work by Himself, because He's already created us. Why would He have to come here and do the work when He has already created me and you? Which is why I always pledge you guys, if you hear information that is helpful, in 2024, we are sharing information for free. If people believe it's a scam, I always screen the messages that I send you guys. Like, if I'm talking about an agency, I've screened them, I've checked if they're legit, then I come here and tell you. I'm not going to come here and tell you people that I know are not even legit. I'm not going to do that, because I want you to be assisted with the work, with the information that I've helped you. This, number one, living in my purpose is, I think, as you can see, it's one of those things that speak to me. I'll speak like the whole day about this, because it speaks to what God has created me to do. But it doesn't end there. Let's go on to number two. Number two, I want to do the things that scare me. I want to do the things that challenge me. I don't want to be in my comfort zone. 2024 is the year where I want to try other things that scare me, that make my blood boil, that make me feel alive. And those things include working on my mental health, working on myself. Guys, I want to work on myself. Now in 2024, I'm in my 20s, and a majority of some of the people that watch on my channel are also on their 20s. Guys, this is the perfect time for us to sow the seeds that we will reap when we are 30 years old. 30 is not a year where you should start planting, unless, of course, it it's always different. Please don't get me wrong. If you're in your 30s and you have started planting now, I'm proud of you. You are doing great, because we are all living life differently, and now the information is more available compared to when you were younger, and it's only now that you're getting the information. And I commend you for starting, because there are people that know the information now but they still don't start. But if you are in your 20s, in your 18 years, your teens, this is the best year for you to start sowing. So financially, guys, saving is important. Even if you are saving 10 rand per month, it is something, because on a rainy day, when you need some amount of money, you will have money you can bounce back on. Investing mentally, invest in your mental abilities, I saw this on myself. Like, I would say 5 or 6 years ago, I was so smart. Like, you would ask me like 10 plus 5, 50 quickly. Now I need to give myself time to, I don't want to be that. I want to be sharp in terms of my mind thinking solutions. That is why you read books to invest in your mind. You listen to podcasts that will build you. Guys, it's not bad to stay on TikTok and watch funny videos, but make sure that at least once a day or once a week there's something you've done to mentally improve yourself, to physically improve yourself. Guys, health is wealth. If you are healthy, you can carry yourself. You are wealthy because your body can now carry you even on the assignments that you have been assigned. Imagine you want a dream job and they give you the dream job, but you fail at the job because you are unhealthy. You can't wake up early enough in the morning. You are always late at work. You are always grumpy. You are always sick. Do you think you can maintain that job for a long time? Obviously you can't, because you are not healthy enough. So health is wealth, guys. Drinking water. I don't know what else healthy things people do, which I'm also going to try and find out, but health is wealth, okay? Also financial. I'll go back to finances, guys. Have an emergency fund somewhere. Save as much as you can, like at the least 50 rand. And to make things easier, go to the bank, because most of us get paid through the bank. Go to the bank and ask for a stop order. Ask for a stop order so that you don't have to do the task yourself. You know that if your 2,500 comes into your bank, they've already deducted the money that you are saving. Do you understand? Make life easier. And what is my last one? That was my last one, guys. I said I want to sow in this year, this period of my 20s. I want to sow on myself, so that when I'm 30, when I'm 35, when I'm whatever age I am, I start reaping the seeds that I sow now. Sow in yourself now, including watching the channel, including opportunities that you also see on the channel. I've had people coming up to me and they're like, wow, such information. And I know when you receive the information, it's amazing. You feel the vibe. But then 2 weeks later, guys, change is hard. Change is hard. Change is not easy. You have to. The main reason it was called change is because nothing stays the same. If you are going to a new country, your location is different. The food is different. The environment is different. The language is different. It is called change, but it doesn't mean change has to be bad. If you want to start a new hobby, it's not going to be easy, but start now and try. The only thing that I'm saying is that even the opportunities that you guys see on this channel, make good use of them. Start now, especially when you don't have a lot of responsibilities. If you are your only responsibility, this is the perfect time, because you can't be older and married maybe, and then you decide it's going to be a bit harder when now you have to leave your husband and your kids to go start a caregiving job in America. But it's going to be easier if you're in your 20s or in your teens, and you leave now, you go to the States, you earn money, you invest, you save, you put back at home, you build your properties, and then you decide to go back home at 27, at 30, at 32, then you get married. It's easier. Or better yet, you move with your partner if you feel like you guys are meant to be and you really, really want to be together forever. Then make the conscious decisions together. And if it's something you want to do and your partner doesn't want to do, I don't know. I think I don't have the expertise to comment on that, but don't compromise something that is very important for you for someone who doesn't hold you as valuable. That is the only thing I leave you with. And if you found this video helpful, and if you like and you wish to share your outs for 2023, please write them on the comment section below. And if you want to write them privately, you can text me. My number is on the other videos. Text me, let me add you to the group. Let us work 2024 together. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing, and see you on the next one. Thank you so much for your time, and bye.